Hey guys, so in this video I'll be sharing with you my market analysis for the week of December, so from the 18th of December to the 22nd of December. So we'll be first taking a look at the indexes, followed by my current open positions and my watch list. Right, so let's begin with the indexes and the S&P 500. So we had quite a bullish week last week. So as you can see, we actually broke above this area of resistance. So if you have been watching my past few videos, you know that this area indicated by these green rectangular blocks is an area of resistance, right? So what happens when prices reach an area of resistance is that they tend to move sideways or at least consolidate and pull back for a bit, which we saw over here, right? So you can see that prices actually consolidate at this area of resistance, but the bullish thing is that it managed to find support at the 10-day moving average over here, and then it actually moved up, right? So right now the S&P 500 is actually just a couple of percent away from its all-time high, right? So if you zoom out and take a bit bigger picture, so the all-time high was around this level, you can see. So we are just a couple of percentage points away from the all-time high. For this week, at least for me, I view that the S&P 500 and most of the indexes are actually short-term extended, right? So you can see that it's extended away from the 10-day moving average, and you can see that actually on Thursday's session, it actually formed pin bar candlestick over here, or doji candlestick, right? So usually when a doji candlestick appear when prices are extended, it might indicate at least a short-term to intermediate-term top, right? So moving forward for the S&P 500, at least for the first half of this week, I believe that the S&P 500 there's a higher probability that S&P 500 will pull back or at least consolidate before it move upwards, if it does move upwards, right? So that's for the S&P 500. For the Dow Jones, actually the Dow Jones made a new all-time high, right? So if we just zoom out over here, the all-time high was at this level. So you can see that right now we are actually above that level. So for the Dow Jones, we are actually making new all-time high. So that's quite a positive action by the Dow Jones. And similarly, the Dow Jones is also short-term extended from its moving average. So as you can see from the lows over here, prices have just been trading above the 10-day moving average, and right now it's quite extended from the 10-day moving average. So we could possibly see a retracement or a pullback to the 10-day moving average, right? So that's for the Dow Jones. The next one is the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq actually is encountering an area of resistance over here. So if we zoom out, the area of resistance was the all-time highs that the Nasdaq set back in 2021, right? So back in November of 2021. So right now, as it reaches this level, you can see that it's encountering a bit of resistance. So there was the upper wick over here on this day, and some wick action over here. So similarly, I'm expecting the Nasdaq to at least pull back or consolidate for the first half of this week, and then if it does consolidate and allow the 10 and 21 day moving average to catch up, there will be positive price action. The next one is the IWM. So the IWM actually put in a very strong close last week. So what do I mean by that is that prices actually gap up on Thursday's session, and then you can see on Friday and on Thursday it managed to hold its gains, right? But right now it's also encountering an area of resistance. So you can see that this green rectangular box indicate the area of resistance, right? So same thing as the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, and the Nasdaq. I expect the IWM to at least consolidate or pull back for the first half of this week if it does, and then to continue moving up. So that's an overview of the indexes. Now let's take a look at my current open positions, right? So if you have watched my last week's video, you notice that I actually reduced quite a number of positions in my portfolio, and the reason is because of on Thursday and Friday I got stop out of a couple of positions. So at least 80 to 90% of those positions I was already in profit. So I trailed my stop loss up, and then I got stop out. So most of the positions I was already in profit, and then net I'm up on those positions. But there were a few that I just there were new buys, so I got stopped out for a small loss. So that explains why my watch list at the start of this week is smaller compared to last week and 2 weeks ago, right? So let's first take a look at my position in TGTX. So I actually scale in to this position, right? So my original buy was over here, so you can see it's strong move up, it gap up on strong earnings, right? So you can see that EPS it was a 381% year-over-year increase, and then for sales, massive increase, right? So 176,000% year-over-year increase. So strong fundamentals on earnings, and then prices also gap up and managed to hold and find support at the 10-day moving average. So I bought on the breakout over here. Then I actually sold some at this level because this was the 3R profit target. Took some profit at the 3R profit target on half of my position, and then I trailed the other half. And then over on this day over here, as prices hit the resistance at the 200-day MA, and then it kind of finds support at this level, right? So near the 10-day moving average. So when I see that prices were finding support at this area, I bought on the cheat entry over here. So at this day, I scaled in and pyramid my position into TGTX, right? So I've actually brought my stop up from the first half of the position up as well. So on that half, on the original half of my position, I'm guaranteed to make more than 3R profit target. Reason being is half I sold at this level, and then the other half I already move up to around this level, right? So the low of this swing low over here, right? So it's around at 1470, and then right now on my new position, the 3R profit target level is here. So if prices do hit this level, I will take half of my position in the new half of my new position off, and then trail the rest, right? So that's for TGTX. So SQ I actually sold a couple of times, right? So I bought on this day over here, then I sold at 3R profit target level, and then on this day, on Thursday, I actually sold half of my remaining half position, so like 25% of my overall position on this day. Reason being is you can see that SQ has actually went up almost like parabolically, and then on this day over here it gapped up. So whenever prices gap up after an extended move, chances are it might find a short to intermediate top or even a long-term top, right? So the reason why I sold 25% of my original position over here is because that I feel that it might be exhaustion gap up move, right? So I decided to take some profits first, and then now I have 25% of my original position remaining, right? So I'm just trailing it at this level over here. So if anything, I'm at least guaranteed to have decent profits on this position in SQ. The next one is top. So same thing, strong move up, breaking all above all the key moving averages, then move sideways for a while. I bought on the breakout over here, and then as you can see, prices actually moving sideways and digesting the gains from the strong move up over here. So if prices, what I want to see is the 10-day moving average catch up over here, and prices continue to move sideways, and then I might look to scale and pyramid my position in on the breakout of this level over here. The next one is U. So bought it on this day over here, then sold it at the 3R profit target, and then now I'm scaling the other half. I so actually scale in over here, right? So you can see on this day it encountered some supply over here. It declined to the 10-day moving average, found support, and then I bought it on this day. So I pyramid my position into YOU also. So right now I sold half of my new position that I scaled in over here, because here was the 3R profit target, and just nice it coincides with the 200-day moving average. So I was expecting some supply over here, so I sold half of my new position over here, and I'm trailing the other half. So right now actually prices put in not a positive price action on Friday, so you can see that long upper wing on Thursday, and then a poor close on Friday. So if prices break below the 10-day moving average, I might look to sell my position in YOU. So that's for U. The next one is AXGN. So I bought it over here, took profit at this 3-hour profit target level, and then right now I'm scaling the other half. So I actually set the stop loss. Here was my entry, so I trimmed my stop loss to this level just below the low of this day over here. So my stop loss is at around 670. So if prices continue to show negative price action, right? So over here it closed below the 10-day moving average the first time in quite a while. So you can see that since the strong move up, prices actually never closed below the 10-day moving average. But I thought since that I had quite a nice profit on it, I let it try to prove itself. So if it continues to show negative price action, I might even sell it before it hits my stop loss over here. So that's some of my current open positions. Now let's take a look at my watch list for this week. So this is for the 18th to 22nd December. So I'm taking a look at Riot. So you can see that actually Riot had made a strong move over here, decline. So you can see that here there were quite a bit of supply coming into market, and then it found support at the 10-day moving average. So right now it's moving sideways. So if you can break above this level, I might look to add my position into Riot. The next one is SERA. So gap up on strong volume over here. So you can see that volume was roughly slightly less than 30 times the average. Then it managed to hold its gap up, and then right now it's just moving sideways. So if it can continue to tighten up and let the 10-day moving average catch up, I will look to add my position on the breakout of this level. So ONDS, I actually tried entering ONDS on this day over here, but I got stopped out the next day. But since there's no real negative action on the stock, I still put it on my watch list, and then I see that it actually continue to set up quite nicely. So if prices can break above this level, I might look to add in ONDS. Alright, so the next one is NDRA. So strong move up. Then right now it's actually trading below the 200-day moving average. So you can see that the 200-day moving average is proving to be quite a strong resistance for prices, right? Every time prices reach the 200-day moving average, it encountered selling. So if it continues to tighten up and then finally break above the 200-day moving average, I might look to buy my or add my position into this stock. Right, so that's some of the stocks on my watch list. So hopefully you have enjoyed and learned something from this video. I'll see you in the other videos to your financial success.